Okay.
So good evening and welcome to Global Harmony's first talk show on Radio Deutsch. I'm Beth, CEO of Global Harmony, a charity, and with me tonight is Pat Chambers, who I'll let her introduce herself.
Hi, good evening and one love. I'm Patricia and I'm a mother of three. I'm also a tutor of childcare and multicultural matters. And I'm also the chairperson of Butterflies Community Group, which we've been operating in Redditch for the past 15 years, delivering multicultural projects and awareness and giving young people the opportunity to showcase and celebrate their culture, as well as to share with others. So that's a little bit about myself.
Okay, so as I said, I'm the CEO of Global Harmony. I'm also a life coach, and I run groups at the Old Needleworks in Redditch, confidence building, learning how to be more positive, building your self-esteem. Come along if anybody's interested. You can send me a message on my Facebook, which is Beth Cudjoe, Cudjoe King. So just drop me a message if you'd like to come along. I do one-to-one life coaching as well, and we just thought it'd be nice tonight to just share some chat about well-being, mental health, your physical body, you know, the things that we go through. Over to Pat.
Yeah, as Beth was saying, we are here to support the community in various ways with some of the projects that we're engaging with Global Harmony, which is Beth has explained that she's the director of, and where the concerns are within the multicultural and diverse community of Redditch and beyond. We're here to support in that aspect as well, because we're all the same and we all go through various things in different aspects of our lives, which are similar, and we all have something that we can share and perhaps come together and support each other in various ways, either through life coaching, which Beth is a life coach.
Yeah.
And also counselling, which is something that you're able to support with, aren't you, Beth?
Yeah.
Myself, I'm engaged in, as I said, the Multicultural Matters, which is also a project that we're working on at the moment. And we had a nice little turnout for International Women's Day, where women of various cultures came together and shared their ideas and concerns and things that they wanted to celebrate in the community. And out of that, we discussed things that were affecting us from various cultures, various walks of life, within our lifestyles as women, and things that concerned us about schooling, things that concerned us about the children. We had concerns about autism, had a little discussion about things like ADHD and mental health and illness, which is something that we all are affected by, because we are not only physical beings, but of course we're spiritual beings also. So where I'm concerned is about trying to support and getting the support of the community on board, that we can engage in some positive activity and various projects in partnership with Global Harmony. And obviously this is the Global Harmony chat show.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll just give you a little bit of background of Global Harmony.
Today's topic, you were going to talk about problems.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so tonight we wanted to talk about why people feel so depressed. You know, 87% of society live in depression, anxiety.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's a big number.
Yeah, massive.
So it's something that's going to affect a lot of people out there that are listening at the moment.
Yeah, because, you know, if you're getting stressed all the time, you're putting an awful lot of strain on your whole body.
Of course.
So, you know,
Yeah.
it's not just about I feel stressed, your whole
That's
body
right.
is
It's-
feeling
it has a
That's-
knock-on effect, doesn't
yeah,
it?
aches,
Yeah,
pain,
yes.
stiffness.
Yeah.
So a lot of stress starts with anger. And when we're angry, we're losing our power. So what we're going to start with tonight looking at is, are you holding anger for somebody and blaming somebody? You know, when you're
That
blaming
thing,
somebody.
blame again. Yeah, I do.
So if
Yeah.
you're blaming somebody, you want revenge, you want them to pay, you want them to understand what they've done to you. All that is actually in the whole of your body.
Yeah.
And you know, if somebody doesn't care or doesn't understand what you're trying to say, no matter how stressed you get about it, they're not going to get it. So, you know, you're drinking the poison and expecting them to die. They're not affected.
No, they're
not
not.
affected. Are you?
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Beth. You know, forgiveness is a very, very difficult thing. And, you know, to be honest with you, I don't know if many people out there are into astrology and stuff like that, but I'm a Scorpio anyway. I tend to find it hard to, not to say to forgive. I've toyed with it. Forgiving and forgetting, you know, that old saying. And I've come to a conclusion, and I think it's with age as well and time and experience, that it's better to let go for your own good. And you're not only forgiving for, you're forgiving.
You're not saying
it's okay what's been done to you.
Exactly.
That's right, Beth.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's what I was trying to come to. You're not saying it's okay that somebody's hurt you or somebody's mistreated you or disrespected you. But you're saying for your own health and strength and sanity, you've got to let go, because it
do you know what, Pat?
eats you away.
Yeah, if you're still angry with somebody, you're still connected to that person. You're giving that person your power.
You're giving them the power.
Yeah, so that you've still got that connection.
Yes.
And you've got to let that go and let that person move on with their lives.
Yeah.
And you know, then again, it comes back to blame, because you're blaming that person
for how you're feeling.
Yeah.
And when you look at it, it isn't that person to blame about how you're feeling. It's about knowing yourself and knowing that actually, you know, I need to deal with that in a different way. So if that's eating away at me, I need to get rid of that. I need to lose that and be free.
Yeah.
So it's about freeing yourself, isn't it?
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're a prisoner to that person.
Exactly. You still got that person.
So it's something that it's been hard to do, but I've gradually learned to do that. And I feel freer within myself by letting go of some of the things that perhaps were holding me back. Because you think about resentment, you just think, well, you know, you expect them to suffer or to pay for what they've done, but in fact you're suffering because you're holding on to, and I think we've all probably experienced that, but when you learn to get rid of it, I think you learn to balance things out better.
And you know what? You're just letting people live in your head rent-free. Kick them out. They're not paying the rent.
I agree, to be honest with you. So it's about detoxing, isn't it?
Yeah,
getting rid of all the negativity.
And you know, I'm going to just explain about rackets, because what happens is we have a thought and it's just a thought, but we don't, do we? We have another thought which it attaches to. And very quickly it collapses into a story, and we run with that story. We know that story. So, you know, we build up on things, and this person's done this and she must have meant that, and she did. We make all these stories up, which none of them are true.
Just keep it simple.
Yeah.
Keep it
so
simple.
we overthink
Strip
things.
it back and get rid of all that.
But do you know what? We have between 50 and 70,000 thoughts a day.
Really?
The ones that are giving us stress are the ones we're paying attention to. So, you know, we're paying attention to those thoughts. If we can let all the other thoughts go and not even notice them, why are we noticing them?
Exactly.
Because actually it's serving us a purpose if we're angry.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's about managing your thoughts, isn't it, and controlling.
Well, it's about
what you're letting in, what you're giving power to.
Yeah.
What you're letting grow.
If you engage with them, they're there.
Yeah.
But if you try and stop them,
Yeah.
they're going to fight to come in.
Yeah.
So it's just accept them
Mm-hmm.
and let them go.
And let them
And
go.
just know they're just thoughts.
Yeah.
It's like observing your thoughts, really.
Mhm.
Just thinking, that was my child.
Yeah.
Or, you know, that was come from anger or whatever. It's just about starting to recognise where those thoughts are coming from. Yeah.
And remember, the thoughts are things that grow and develop. What you give power to is the things that are going to develop. So if you're giving power to these negative thoughts, then it's going to show in your actions, isn't it?
Yeah.
And how you respond to other people, and how you deal with things in your everyday life, because you're giving power to those thoughts, your motives, and what you're thinking, and giving power to. It can be positive if you're giving power to the positive thoughts, but if you're giving power to these negative revenge and nasty feelings, etc., then it's going to affect your well-being and your mental health. And this is what we're trying to get, the balance, a good balance, so that we've got our mental health is good.
You know, going back to blame and to blaming people. Negative thoughts start coming and you understanding them, and you start to understand what is really actually going on, what rabbit hole is your thoughts taking you down. So, you know, from our thoughts, that's when our worry starts. So people say, oh, I was a born worrier. No, you wasn't a born worrier. We're all a blank canvas. So you've either learned how to worry, you know, were your parents, your grandparents, were they worriers? Is that what you think you should do? You think you should worry? You know, my mum used to say I was so half soaked because I don't worry. You know, she thought I'm not normal because, but they're like, really, what is there to worry about? Because if you can't change something, what is the point of worrying about it? You've just got to accept that is the situation. As difficult as that is sometimes, we just have to accept what is. It is just what it is. So, but, you know, if you can change things, then you have to take responsibility and change it. And that for us as human beings is really hard to do, because it's easier to blame other people and blame other things outside things.
Then take responsibility for your own actions yourself.
And for your own life.
Yeah.
Because we can blame, you know, we can blame our upbringing or our ex-partners or whatever. But whatever's happened wasn't fair. But blaming them is only holding you back. So it's, you know, you have to take responsibility for your life. We have to take responsibility for our lives, our heart, our love. You know, it's ours. It's not what happened to us in the past.
It isn't. I totally agree. And coming from, obviously, from a multicultural point of view, you know, we look at history, and obviously the Black community have had a lot of negative things happen historically through the suppression of slavery, and also obviously you know, economics, and the situation has not been good for us. However, it's not for us to blame what has happened to us and not actually take forward what we've learned and actually now activate our strength and our well-being and our positive vibrations to make a better change for ourselves. And yes, we have gone through a lot of atrocities, and I actually do blame, when we come to blame, I actually do blame the perpetrators of slavery for the enslavement of my people. Let's not make no qualms about that. I actually do blame them. However, I think we need to come together now to heal our people and to heal the world in general, because we are all suffering the knock-on effects of these atrocities, whether we're from the white community, whether we're from the Black community, etc. All the division and the negativities has affected us. It's affected mental health. It's affected youth. It's affected knife crime. It's affected the whole situation. So yes, I actually do blame the perpetrators. However, I think that
rather than
I do blame them, but it's not holding grudges.
It's holding them responsible.
I
for
hold them
their
responsible,
actions.
and I blame them for what they have done. But I don't think that we should let that be a burden to us.
Yeah.
Rather, we need to use it as a learning curve and take those negative experiences that we've been through and bring things forward positively, which is going to be healing for everyone.
Yeah,
so that's why we've got to work together multiculturally, because by accepting these nasty things and ignoring them and sweeping them under the carpet, you know, it doesn't heal. It just festers, and these things cause mental health. These are one of the root causes. And as we know, the Black community
I was just going to say,
have one of the highest.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
Statistically, they are the highest statistically of mental health sufferers.
And you know,
and it's
sometimes
problems.
In my opinion, if a Black person goes into a hospital and is being assessed, and that white person has no contact with other Black people.
Oh yeah, that's a big issue.
Then they could, you know, if they could assess their cultural differences.
If they don't understand and have first-hand knowledge of the culture, then these people who come in before them, my people, the Black people, might be assessed wrongly because they're going to say, well, she's talking too loud, she's an angry Black woman, her voice is, so she doesn't conform to how, you know, to traditional Western traditions, etc. So you looked at as maybe she's schizophrenic, she raised her voice, she's switched from Brummie to Jamaican, and you know, she's in two minds. So you know, you have wrong assessments. So we need to support each other, and that's where the multicultural matters come into effect, and to work together to improve our health and our well-being. And these things are things that would be addressed positively in some of the programs that I'm involved in, which not only are for people of Black origin or Black ethnicity or Black colour, are to embrace other people of other cultures, so that we can work together and you know, create a better future for our children, which is going to be the better mental health for us all, really. Because we all want to have a nice time. You know, we're all here to enjoy ourselves. Everybody wants equality and justice, and everybody wants to be happy. But in order to get these things, we have to put some things into place.
Yeah, of course we do. Yeah, and it's a lifelong journey, because, you know, when I'm doing groups, I always say to them, don't think I'm the life coach and I'm arrived.
Yeah.
I'm still on my journey.
That's
you know,
right.
we're like
an
onion.
Yeah,
we're like
all on
an
the
onion.
learning ladder.
You peel one lot off, there's another layer and another layer, and that's, you know, but this, once you start taking those layers off, what a relief it is. And then when you become free of all of it, it's just like living a different life. So that's, you know, why Global Harmony work in the community with people who are suffering from depression, anxiety, panic attacks, you know, and I've had some fantastic results from the work. And as the weeks go on and we continue doing the show, I will invite people who I've worked with to discuss, you know, the difference it's made in their lives. So you can check us out on www.globalharmonycharity.uk. Please have a look and follow what we've been doing. So when we're thinking about worries, I want you to really think about everything that you're worried about. Write it down and look at what you can change and what you can't change. So have you ever been a worrier?
To be honest with you, I'm not a worrier as such. I'm not. So I've learned to balance things out in that sense from a very early age. So no, I don't sit and worry with what if that happens or what if this happens, because I've realised that you're just making it worse. Those are just possibilities, and the possibilities are endless. You create your own destiny. So,
Yeah.
you know, if you can map out where you want to go and what you want to achieve, you know, some of these things are hurdles and obstacles that you're creating that aren't actually there. So I try, no, I try not to.
You know, I watched my mum worry all her life,
Yeah.
you know, and I just thought, wow, I'm not going to
Yeah.
do that. I think I have my little drama where, you know, the end of the world is nigh for about 5 or 10 minutes. And then I think, oh, well, and I get back up. Because somebody said to me a few weeks ago, oh, well, when I've had my life coaching, my life's going to be okay. And I went, no, it's not. No, it's not. Life is still going to happen.
That's right.
You're still going to have problems. You're still going to have, but instead of looking at them as problems, look at them as situations that need a solution.
Yeah, that's right.
Because we're going to have situations that need a solution all of our lives. And if we keep on seeing it, oh, I've got this problem and I've got that problem. No, it's just life.
Yeah.
It's just life happening. And we make it a problem. We make it, it's, you know, we create all these stories in our head.
I mean, we get bills, you know, you get bills and you think, oh, how am I going to pay this?
But you always do, you're still here.
By sitting there stressing yourself out, how are you going to pay this? And you're stressing and you're not trying to make a solution to how you're going to pay it. That's not going to make it any better, is it?
No.
So really, you've got to deal with things practically and keep it simple.
That's right. Yeah. And you know, we create all these stories. I was having some life coaching on the phone.
Yeah.
And I hadn't done something he asked me to do. It was like a written essay or something. So he said, why haven't you done it, Beth? And I said, I'm overwhelmed. I've got too much to do. I'm really overwhelmed with everything. And he said, Beth, if you die tonight and they cut you open, where are they going to find overwhelmed? There's no such thing, only in your head. He said, the reality is, Beth's got a lot to do.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to do it. So she's going to call it overwhelmed. Yeah. Then it's not your fault, is it, Beth? Because you're overwhelmed.
Because you're overwhelmed. So
you're not taking responsibility for yourself.
Yeah. So you're pushing the blame onto overwhelmed.
And it's true. So
it's about knowing yourself, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it comes down to knowing yourself, knowledge of yourself. What hurts you, leave it alone.
And you know what? What I'm trying to do now is when somebody makes me angry or upsets me, look at why is that connected with me.
Yeah.
You know, because that's their stuff.
Yeah.
But it has impacted on
affected
me.
You.
Why? Yeah. So, not blame that person, but look at why it's affected you.
Yeah. Is it something that they've said that actually you wanted to change about yourself, but you haven't done it?
Exactly.
And now they've, you know,
they've touched that little nerve.
That's right. Yeah. They touch our car. Yeah. They've touched you. Yeah.
So I think, well,
it's just got to you for any which reason.
That's right.
Okay.
On
You're in tune to Radio
Ditch, www.radioditch.uk.
And it's the Global Harmony Chat Show.
Hello, we're back. So, listening to this song playing on Radio Ditch is a Black Prophet. Listen to the words. You know, the less we know about things that worry us, don't get into, we try. Do you get that, Pat?
I do get that, absolutely. I'm too busy enjoying this beautiful fruit. As we've got lots of fruit around us, and in the future we're going to be doing some talk shows about healthy eating, about alkaline diet, staying fit and healthy, and obviously what you put into your body has an effect on how you think and how you behave. So we would like to hear people from from different communities, how they keep fit and healthy, what kind of what diets, you know, whatever you do and keeps you healthy and fit. We're interested, because it's not just about Beth and Patricia, is it?
No, not at all.
It's about everyone, and
we want to bring the community together.
Definitely.
We want to make this so that people can phone in and have a chat, and it's just radio. It's a radio for Redditch.
Radio Ditch,
yeah.
It is Radio Ditch, Radio Ditch.
Yeah,
It's
so
all for Redditch, isn't it? And beyond.
Help us to build it, support us.
Yeah.
And you know, every week we'll have phone-ins. You can chat about anything you want to talk about, make requests. Just join us.
And join us on the advertising as well, because if you're a small business out there and you want to be promoted, want your business out there, or your small venture, or a community group or organisation, private or corporate, get in touch to find out how you can advertise and get your business ideas and businesses out there to the public.
And while we're on that note, I'd like to say thank you to Rodney King for producing the show, and for his co-producer, Alpha Miles. Thank you both.
Thank you very much. And thank you. We want to thank everyone who's listening out there, because without you, we haven't got a show. So we want you to keep tuning in and
tell your friends. And thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
One blood, one love.
One love.
Wow. Nice.
One blood.
Done.
One blood.
Yeah.